In this video, we introduce a new RC Plus feature, Diagnostics. Diagnostics is a useful diagnostic function that greatly improves the efficiency of handling tasks in integration and support scenarios. Diagnostic functions are implemented from three perspectives. System. This displays a list of the status of the software/hardware in use. This makes it possible to check all components on RC Plus, identifying abnormalities at a glance. Profiler. This displays the percentage of the total execution time, the average execution time, and other details for each program function. This makes it possible to quickly identify the improvements needed to achieve the goal set. Resource scope. This makes it possible to watch I/O and memory bits turning on/off as time passes. This provides a visual of detailed application runtime behavior, helping you spot areas needing improvement. We will look at each function in detail in the next section. Here we will go over System, Profiler, and Resource Scope in order, giving examples of how each are used. System displays information regarding the software and hardware used by the current system. Here is the software information provided. Here is the hardware information provided. This allows you to perform a comprehensive hardware and software check in RC Plus after hardware assembly and before starting development. Any discrepancies, changes, additions, deletions between software and hardware information and current information are indicated in red. This is particularly effective in the following scenarios. For new installations of component groups, you can check at a glance whether the hardware and software requirements are in line with expectations. For the same component group on a repeating line, you can reuse an existing RC Plus project to quickly look for differences from previous applications. Profiler can record statistics on the execution time of functions within a program. This allows you to verify improvements in function execution times through function processing optimization or improvements to components within the device. Select the Compare tab to compare the average execution times of functions included in the 4 statistical datasets. For example, this can be used to evaluate application performance and identify bottlenecks in code execution. Resource Scope makes it possible to monitor these resources over time, much like an oscilloscope. Through this, Integration. This allows you to monitor I/O behavior during application execution to determine whether the application is running as expected. Support. This can be used to isolate the cause of issues during troubleshooting. Finally, let's look at some examples of actual applications in the field. For example, you are a system integrator tasked with providing support to an end user with an inquiry. You have received an inquiry from the end user asking you to resolve an issue with an unexplained reduction in cycle time that is occurring. First, we use diagnostics to smoothly identify the cause of the problem, streamlining the troubleshooting process. Step 1. When launching Profiler based on the RC Plus project and comparing it with past data, we find that a certain function has become slower. Step 2. By running Resource Scope for the function and comparing with past behavior, we find delays with a specific I/O. The I/O identified can be used to quickly identify the affected component. For example, this is expected to make it easier to identify delays caused by cylinder degradation. To give an actual example, further streamlining responses to end-user inquiries.